There we go. Day 4 feels good. Today was especially hot, but it was good nonetheless. Went into town, got myself some new clothes. Had a chat with this lady at the clothing store. So, walk from store to store trying to get clothes. Like, you know how you fit on clothes, make sure it fits. Yeah, this fit, da 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 da. Get myself some clothes. And then we go to this one place and I see a shirt I like and I want to go and see if it fits. And she tells me no, because of the coronavirus policies, we're not allowed to fit on clothes anymore. And I'm just like, how am I supposed to know whether my clothes fit or not if I can't try it on? So, like, what is the alternative? Do I have to buy it, go home, and then try it on? Like, and then if I do have COVID, which I shouldn't be going to the mall if I do have COVID, but if I do have COVID, is it going to make a difference? If I bring it back, are you going to wash it with its tag on everything? No, I don't believe you will. I understand they're trying to regulate people and to keep people healthy, but there's some things that they're like are pushing it into the ridiculous realm, unfortunately. There we go. If you're wondering what it is I'm doing, I'm crushing myself some grass. Let's call it grass for today. And I'll be rolling myself a doink right now. Just making sure I don't have any sticks in here. I have a few sticks, but no big ones, fortunately. There we go. This should be... I found another stick. Yeah. Hello. Mr. Rexy, I'll call you. How are you, Rexy? Hope you're well, friend. Hope your family is well. Hope things are going well with you in your job. Hope things are going well with you in your health. I just hope things are going well. Things are going well for me today, at least. Man, I should call my friend, actually. I'll call him directly after the stream. But I just thought about him. I feel like even though the last time we chatted was last night, I feel like I'm neglecting him for some reason already. I love him so much, but he'll have to wait. He'll have to wait. I should actually tell him about the streams because I think he might actually watch because he's not doing anything right now. He might actually start working today. Maybe he might be working today. Well, how are you? I'm doing well as well. Thank you, friend. I'm doing really well. I'm pretty happy. Even though I made some mistakes today. Well, I made a mistake a while ago, but today the mistake really hurt. So, hectic. I invested in crypto when I was like 16 years old, and I had a lot of money in crypto, and I sold when Ethereum was like $440 because it was a high for Ethereum at the point, and I kind of assumed it will fall again, and then it didn't. And today Ethereum hit $1,100. So I've not done anything of the money I used to, or I've not done anything of the money I earned from selling the Ethereum I had. But it hurts watching Ethereum grow that much and knowing I'm not on the bandwagon going up with them. But that's how we learn, right? We win some, we lose some. I do understand how some people can like really beat themselves up because it becomes like a self-doubt thing, because you make a decision that you think and in your opinion is right, and then after the decision is made, like that's when we see the repercussions of our decisions, right? And it's usually that messes us up, and then we start to have this self-doubt, and that self-doubt leads to us like not wanting to take risks again, and not taking risks leads to us just having very uneventful lives. Just in time to smoke my car. There we go. I'm happy to join you, friend. seems I have hair in the way a little bit, but so sometimes, let me show you what happens here. Sometimes this little thing curls up a little bit, and then it makes it really difficult for me to lick it, like it just did. So sometimes when it curls up like that, as you lick it, it kind of sticks it to itself, and then you have to start over, unfortunately. Well, you don't have to, but I do, because I like rolling, you know, subjectively perfect joints. Subjectively, because there's no such thing, right? There's no such thing as perfect anything. There's no such thing as perfect anything. We can always try and improve. My roll papers do the same thing. I enjoy roll, but where I am, I can't find rolls. Like, I'm living in the middle of nowhere, unfortunately, so I have to do with OCB. OCB, sponsor me. Not that I think our Reddit streams will get sponsored, but who knows? Who knows? In an ideal world, maybe I'll get sponsored by OCB. They'll send me one packet of paper a month, and I'll have 32 papers for that month. How's your day been? My day been, like, it's been pretty good, dude. It's been pretty good. Like, I really can't complain. I spent some good time with my mother, had some conversations with her, had some chats about, the wind is fighting me today, which means it's gonna be all the more satisfying when it's rolled eventually, because it's always good to struggle before you enjoy something, right? Climbing the mountain before you get to see the good view, like working hard before you get the promotion, going out and socializing before you find your ideal woman. We always have to go through a little bit of hardship in order to find our purpose in life. Not just our purpose in life, just our enjoyment in life. Sometimes things become more enjoyable when we know that we've worked for them. Man, it's happening again. There we go. There we go. There we go. Just like that. Do you watch cartoons? Not as much as I used to. I've watched a few cartoons in my life. I've watched a bunch of anime as well. My favorite, because technically it is a cartoon, my favorite cartoon at the moment would be Rick and Morty. But I'm a big fan of... I've forgotten their name. I'll remember it. It's about these two kids, brother and sister, Dipper and... Man, I'm bad with names. Gravity Falls. That's the series name. So I enjoy Gravity Falls a lot. I really like the Amazing Adventures of Gumball. I really like cartoons. Yeah, I do actually enjoy watching cartoons. It is, friend, Mr. Panda Squash. It is. But I've been trying to like cut down on my content consumption as of late. Not by a lot, but I've just tried to be a little bit more aware of what it is I use my time on, and it's been healthy, because I'm a little bit more... Oh, there was a spider on me. Because I'm a little bit more aware of the time I spend on the things I spend it on. I feel it gives me more power over the things I do in the day, instead of just mindlessly doing the things I want to do. Like the I need to stack this a little bit more. The I in me that wants things easy is usually the one that gets things first. So don't do things because they're easy, or because it's natural, because it comes simply. Because like, opening YouTube and watching a bunch of videos, it's very easy to do, unfortunately, and I'm a victim of it myself. Or playing some games, all of those things are easy to do. It's the good things in life that's difficult, unfortunately. Oh, sorry. I'm missing some... Gravity Falls is dope. Bird sounds make a great background. I'm happy you enjoy it. I actually have embraced it completely. My brothers told me I should get a good mic and do some like what's it called, noise filtering, to cut out the bird sounds, and I was like, nah, I'm actually kind of happy with the bird sounds. People have been saying they enjoy it, so if I can bring you this space with the little birds and with some good conversations, if you ask me some good questions, that sounds amazing to me. So, birds in the background, enjoy. Thank you, Mr. Panda. I will enjoy. Am I missing? Where can you watch Gravity Falls? I don't have cable. I actually don't know. I actually do not know. I watched Gravity Falls with a friend, so that's where I watched it while I was in China, but I do not know where you can find it, unfortunately. Disney Plus. There we go. We have good answers in the comments, and apparently, do you have Hulu? Also, is that a cat? The cat is there, but I don't think it will come to me if I call it. He's just looking at me with the test. Fucking cats. How feisty little monsters they are. I love that little one though. He's actually like a farm cat, so he has a job, catches mice, and he's pretty good at it. And then he, like every single time, so my mom loves coffee, and every single time we boil the kettle, as soon as it makes that click sound at the end of the boiling, you'll just see him strolling into the house, and then he starts screaming at you to give him milk. Very feisty guy. And thank you for the rocket like, Mr. Panda. I do appreciate it. Where are your awesome dogs? They're not here right now. Well, they're here somewhere, but the farm is big. They're probably out exploring or something. They do have some good times. Oh, it's a dog. Yeah, you probably saw Yudi. He's a brown and white dog. That's probably the one you see. But our cat is also brown and white, so close enough. Oh, of course it's Disney Plus. I'll have to renew my subscription. Yeah, unfortunately, like everything is becoming subscription based these days. Like there's gonna be subscription based food services, subscription based like media, subscription based music. So, there's a bunch of spiders on me today, a bunch of them. This is like the second one on top of me, and the third one I've seen in this space just during my stream. What kind of music are you into? That is a multifaceted question and a difficult one to answer at that as well, because I've been listening to music since I was like a 6-year-old. My dad had one of those USB MP3 players that had a little like round button, and you could plug a pair of earphones into the thing, and then you could just plug that whole thing into the computer, put music on it, and then listen to music like that. So since I was like 6 years old, I had access to my dad's music player, and I've just been like, I started listening to Sum 41 at that point in my life, and I kind of fell in love with the whole punk rock kind of like nitty gritty hard style type, not really hard style, more like grunge, I believe is the right word, grunge style music, because I was an angsty teen, or an angsty kid I should say rather. And then as I went on in life, I started listening to more metal, more fast-paced metal, and then I met a friend called, I'll respect his privacy as well. I met a wonderful friend, and he introduced me to the world of psytrance. And psytrance is an electronic genre, but I like progressive psytrance, I should probably clarify. And it's dancing music. And then during that time of my life, I realized I enjoy dancing. Then I started dancing, and because I learned how to dance with psytrance, psytrance makes me want to dance, and now I associate the two with each other. But I listen to all types of music. All types of music is good. Good question. I'm not sure, to be honest. I have both, but I use Hulu, but more Disney as everything, so I'll probably so happy to see my friend from SA who's stuck there and rolling joints all the time. Hello, Mr. Godly Devil. Welcome back. I'm still in SA, still stuck here, I guess. still rolling joints, still smoking them, still having fat chats. How are you, friend? I hope you're doing well. Mm. I am Lost City of Monsters. I remember you as well from yesterday, dude. Thank you for the energy. I'm taking it. I'm definitely taking it. And I'm obsessed with Hamilton. Anyways, and a student wanted me to watch Gravity Falls. So thanks for the info. Okay, so like if you want to watch Gravity Falls, I won't spoil anything, but it's about this brother and sister who's going to their uncle's place, who and his uncle or their uncle I'm having trouble speaking English today. Their uncle stays in Gravity Falls, and Gravity Falls is like filled with these paranormal activities, and then how these two kids, brother and sister, like traverse this world of like weird phenomenon. It's a really good watch. I'd highly recommend it actually. Is weed legal in South Africa? It is. I'll probably get this question 5 times every single time I stream, but yes it is. Do you listen to any hip hop? Uh, I can't say that I do. I can say that I've listened to hip hop before in my life, but I won't go and search hip hop on one of my, like for example my YouTube music, and then actively listen to hip hop for the rest of the day. Where I can do that with like Imagine Dragons or bands like that. Are they hip hop? I think they're indie, right? I'm also bad with music genres, so do excuse me. Do you listen to hip hop while journey through the world of music? Well, like interestingly enough, our taste in music like keeps transforming, and as we grow older, we have like more specific tastes, and we like things for certain reasons, and then because we like these things for certain reasons, we start to develop new music taste. Actually as well, one of the biggest influencers of music taste is friends, I believe at least, because like friends can introduce you to new music, and because you like your friends as much as you do, you start to associate that like feeling of having your friends with the music that it is you're listening, and then because of that you actually start to fall in love with the genre of music that you're listening to. I have to eventually light this, so let's ask ourselves the question of intent about why it is I'm smoking this right now. So I'm smoking this because I want more acceptance in my life. I want to be able to accept the mistakes I've made in my past, and I want to be able to accept the mistakes that people around me make, and I want to be gracious when they make mistakes. Instead of being critical with them, I should be more critical with myself and softer with them. And that's exactly the intent I'm smoking this for: acceptance. I'll probably have to give myself a little bit of a windshield. There we go. And we're off. I think I'm getting faster at rolling these. Or maybe I'm just spending less time talking while I'm rolling them. Or maybe a bit of both. Gravity Falls is the best. It's really good. It's very wholesome as well. Another one I'd recommend is Solar Opposites, or is it Polar? So I think it's Solar Opposites. It's a new series on Hulu by the people that made, or by Justin Roiland. He's one of the voices, and he's also the voice of Rick and Morty. So for the same reasons that Rick and Morty is good, I really enjoy Solar Opposites as well. What is your first language? My first language is Afrikaans. That is the language I grew up speaking. And then at age 6, I started to learn how to speak English. Mostly from friends. Like I had one friend that spoke English and I started speaking to him. But then eventually I just like learned most of my English from television and stuff like that actually. How close are you to getting married? That is a hard question to ask me right now, the godly devil. Because I'm not really looking for someone to get married to right now. Uh, I've reached a point in my life. I've reached a point in my life where I no longer feel the need for a romantic partner in my life, because I realized that the reason I had romantic partners in the past was out of a selfish or out of a selfish reason. Instead of wanting to be in a relationship to give to another person, I was in a relationship to receive something. And when I realized that flaw and that fault within myself, I kind of stopped dating so that I can learn how to give to myself first before I get back into a relationship. And it's been 2 years of me not being in a relationship. So uh, on top of that, I've completely kind of given up on the idea of, like, I know I can't expect to find my dream wife if I'm not willing to go and search for her somewhere in the world. But I no longer want to have the intent when I go out to places to, pick up chicks, as they say, because I feel like going out to pick up chicks is a horrible intention to set for yourself, because then you can't actually enjoy the experience that you're going out to experience. Now you have this goal, this like a predestined thing that you have to do now when you're trying to go out, and I think that's unhealthy. And then uh, when eventually I find said woman that I want to marry, I want to be with her for at least 2 years to see if we're completely compatible and happy in each other's lives, and then we'll get married. So, like, I'm thinking like 3, 4, maybe 5 years, then I'll be married. How close? Where are you from? I'm living in South Africa, friend. I'm living in South Africa. Give me 1 second, and I'll continue reading comments. You got so much shit at school. Yeah, I did actually. How would you know that? Do you know me? I wasn't very popular at school. Uh, I don't know exactly why, but I think it might have been because I was a know-it-all. I've enjoyed reading my entire life, and I can be a little bit blunt when it comes to facts, and it comes to like the way that things are in the universe. And when people don't understand the facts that they're talking about, or like, basic things that I understand and it comes simply to me, it made me a little bit of an asshole, unfortunately. And because of that, I believe I didn't have friends. But there's a little bee here. These bees are actually wild bees, and they can be a little bit aggressive if you get close to their nests. Who knows? Maybe I'll get stung. I don't want to kill him, or her probably, because she is a pollinator. Even though grass doesn't need pollinating. But she's getting closer and closer. Actually, I have to keep reading here. She's actually smelling the weed. That's interesting. Wonderful. I'm so skittish now. I don't want to get stung. You know what? If I get stung, if I'm going to get stung, I want to be stung. Because don't wish for things to be as you want them to be. It's on me. No, please, leave me alone, dude. So, if you wish for things to be as you wish for them to be, you'll never be happy. But if you wish for things to be as they will be, you will always be happy. And yeah, but I still don't want to get stung by bees. I'm being an hypocrite right now. Wonderful ritual of setting your intent before smoking. Wish I did that when I used to smoke. I try to do that when I occasionally trip. I do believe it's very important, dude. Intent is the most important thing, because with an intent you're setting like an emotional expectation for yourself when you're going into like any state of mind, be it a job, be it like talking to a girl, be it going to sleep. You have to kind of set an intent in your mind, so your mind has a direction to go into. Is bunning is bunning legal in Australia? I don't know what bunning is, but I'm also not Australian, so I have no idea. That boy is. Oh no! I think I'm getting wrecked by bees now. I'm scared. No, I think they've left me alone. I thought that bee that I shoot away went to get some backup. I have to be understanding of the bees as well. I'm smoking this joint for understanding. That boy is meaty thick. I'm not that thick, dude. I need to lose some weight, I know, but I'm not that thick. Come on, come on. You have become more spiritual than the last time. Homie, like we can't stop becoming something more, right? Because we keep putting things into our existences. We keep putting content, food, conversations, like all of these things keep becoming part of us as beings. And like I don't think I became any more spiritual. I just feel like I need to find what it means to be spiritual. And I believe that pursuit never really ends. But thank you for saying that in any way. It makes me very happy to hear that either way. What is your profession? Like, I've actually been thinking about this because people ask me every single time I stream. I don't I don't know why it is. Well, actually I do know why it is. So the reason people ask you what your profession is or what it is you do for a job is because they want to gauge you, because they want to find out what it is you do, how much it is you earn, and then based on those characteristics, they decide whether it is you're worthy of their time. And I believe it's a very toxic trait of humanity, unfortunately. I don't particularly enjoy it. But that being said, I've been thinking about it, and I feel like I can technically say I'm what's the word? Um, well, my profession. So, a profession, I can say my profession is philosophy, because in life, if you want to see life as a lesson, we're constantly going to learn something from it, right? And learning something constantly from something is, of course, a profession, and that profession is philosophy. So my profession is philosophy. I've claimed it. Now it's mine. Oh, I need to go up a little bit. There we go. I see a sword behind you sticking out of the ground. It must be my destiny. Oh, that is actually a lamp pole, but it would have been much cooler if it was a sword. It's a dinosaur bone. You were too cool for them. The thing is, the meanest people have friends, but I don't think being blunt is mean. Yeah, dude. Like being blunt, I also don't think is mean. I believe my bluntness comes from my need and my willingness to help people. So when I see something being done wrong, like even if it's a personality trait or something being said, I'm very quick to actually just go straight for the problem and tell them that they're being full of nonsense. Instead of like beating around the bush, trying to get them to realize something for themselves, just telling someone straightforward what it is you feel, why it is you feel it, I believe is a trait in us that is not really expressed that much. And it's something that I appreciate in my friendships. And the people that I make friends with are usually people that are the same in that way. They also have that bluntness characteristic. They can kind of go for the throat when they need to. Where are you, my guy? I'm here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Yo, Cincinnati. That's kind of fun to say, Cincinnati. Cincinnati, Ohio. How's it there? It's probably cold. Like every time I ask someone from America how it is, they answer is cold. Like how cold is it where you are? Is it snowing? Is it snowing big time? Hey, cheers, smoking with you. I have some Death Star Kush. Yo, some wacky names here. That sounds amazing though. I would love to like see a photo of it or just to see it in person. Imagine how cool it would be if we could just like, you know, share our experiences purely. So I could share with you exactly what it is I'm looking at, how it is I'm feeling, the temperature around me, how this feels to smoke, how it tastes to smoke, how this water tastes, like if it's cold or if it's hot. It would be quite surreal to be able to share experiences like that. And they say and they predict that with Neuralink that might actually be possible. And that's a trippy thought. Very, very trippy thought. Oh, I need to go up a little bit more. Just be still. It won't sting you if you don't make sudden moves or swat at it. No, that was a fly, dude, not a bee. That's some deep shit. Where are you from, sir? From South Africa. Walk like Jesus. He was pretty spiritual. I agree, actually. So, in the Bible, they have this saying. So, just a disclaimer, I'm not a Christian, but I grew up in a Christian household. In the Bible, they have this saying that the only way to get to God is through Jesus. And I think that is an interpretation, like people take it like you have to accept Jesus' name to have salvation. But what I believe is that you have to live your life through the same way, like through Jesus, like through the same way that he would have lived his life, because he was a spiritual guy. That's just, in my opinion, all he was. He was a guy that could have good conversations, cared about people, and was a true like spiritual person, a true like a hippie actually. And just because of that, he became as renowned as he did. And he also claimed that he was the son of God, and they crucified him for that. But like that's that's a little bit of a hectic story. I just read what you're saying on Facebook. What did I say, dude? And what did you read? You were so right about the profession question. Spot on. Yeah, it's true, dude. I think also knowing your profession helps people understand where your interests are. That's a good point. And thank you for making it, because I didn't actually think about it like that. Because when you have a profession, you say, this is my profession, this is the thing I do. It's kind of like an authority, like statement that you take. Like you're not unsure about what it is that you do. If you can take like a quick stance on what it is you do, I think it's a pretty good thing to do. Before COVID, I was a chief engineer, but by looking at my streams on here, you'd think I'm just a big stoner Lamar. Dude, people don't realize that engineers, doctors, lawyers, you wanna see my dog? All of these people can also be stoners. Like, smoking weed doesn't make you one thing or another. It just means that you enjoy partaking of a chemical that is produced by a plant that is grown on planet Earth. Look at my dog. Oh, he's a boofer. I love this dog so much. And she is absolutely gorgeous. She is hairless though. She is hairless, which is a little bit odd. The only reason I ever asked about profession is because I'm interested in maybe it's something I could get into, especially when people are streaming from interesting locations. I didn't take offense from your question at all, friend. I was just, like, your question triggered a response in me of information that I was processing. And because of that, I mentioned it. But, like, I do appreciate every single thing you have to say. Where is your accent from? My accent is from my mom, because she raised me in an Afrikaans household, and then I taught myself English basically. So from South Africa, friend. I'm a South African speaking English. 26 degrees. That's not too bad. check my stream, it's all on there. I'll check your stream for sure. Maybe we get there. 3 a.m. I agree. Sometimes the profession question is also just curiosity or trying to get to know you. Probably better question to ask, but maybe not always a size up per se. Yeah, I believe instead of asking like what your profession is, I think a better question is to ask people what they do in their free time, because that's what's really important. If you have free time, what you spend that free time on, that's technically what you associate with, right? Because that's what you see as the pinnacle of enjoyment. Because when you have nothing to do, you'd rather do said thing. So ask people what that thing is, and then you can gain a lot of information about them. Hello from Wandering Vagabond, currently in South Carolina, but to take a Greyhound 1,000 miles to Montana and from there Alaska. That sounds like an insane trip. I hope you're documenting it, because that would be amazing to watch, actually, to see the photos of it as well. So like, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you're safe. I hope you're staying out of big crowds, and I hope you see a lot of wonderful things, yo. Like, that's amazing. If you allow people to connect so deeply. They found Freddy. We have to leave immediately. They're coming. Oh no, they found Freddy. Not that. To say you not are Christian but lived in a Christian household, why is that you did not follow the same path? Just curious. Uh, I'm assuming English is not your first language, but that's completely okay. I did understand what you were trying to ask me. So my reasoning for not being a Christian, even though the rest of my family still are Christians, is just because I kind of felt like there were too many inconsistencies, too many like paradoxical statements, too many like logical fallacies that made me stop believing completely. And I mean completely, as in I became like a hardcore atheist. And I was living in a pretty dark time in my life. Was depressed, like suicide attempts, just a horrible human being to be around, because I was cunning, and then used cunning for the sake of like destruction, to like hurt people for no reason. And it wasn't an aspect of my humanity that I enjoyed expressing. And then like a bunch of stuff happened to me. I started smoking weed, so I started exercising, became buff, became an even bigger asshole. And then I found meditation and like plant medicine, and like those things helped me realize the toxicity that I was expressing into this universe, and it made me change my ways. I also realized that there was something beyond this life, something, bigger than us, the Godhead. But I believe that all religion is like an image or a representation of this Godhead, this ultimate being that is like responsible for all creation or all existence. And every religion tries to tell the same story, and tries to teach the values that comes with that story. And that's why when you're born into a religion, you usually believe that religion because we believe the things our parents tell us. That dog looks tasty. How much? You would not have enough money, bro. Like, there's no money in the world that will allow me to sell that dog to you, especially if you want to eat her, dude. How dare you? uh, Alex, are you in Vietnam? So my name is not Alex, and I am not in Vietnam. But maybe in one of my lives, I was an Alex in Vietnam. Who knows? You dog. I have a Chia Peak Bay Retriever. I've never heard of that in my life. I always have on my streams, and 2 horses, one a mini horse too. They stream with me. Sounds pretty cool, Mr. Hammer. reminds me of that scene in the Trailer Park Boys where Ricky goes on the rant about how everybody smart. Dude, I love the Trailer Park Boys. It's so ratchet and it's so bad, but it feels so real, yo. It feels so, man, I love that show. Mr. Leahy! Mr. Leahy. Like I wish they would actually bring out the new season though. I've been waiting a while. People think being a stoner makes you lazy, but weed helps my anxiety and rumination. My vocabulary is not complete enough because I do not know what rumination means. Not to toot my own horn, but I've been pretty successful with my work and I still get stoned off and all. Dude, like, you should brag. Like, feel free to brag, homie. I wish more people would brag about their success and their, like, occasional weed habit. Like, this is my first joint of the day, and when I stream, I always smoke my first joint of the day because it's past 4:20 in my afternoon, so I've had time to be creative, to write on my book, and then I allow myself to indulge, relax for the rest of the day, eat dinner, and then go to bed. We have to be, multifaceted beings. We can't just be work, we can't just be sleep, we can't just be eat. We have to have different values and different weights of things to be balanced. How's COVID out there? Supposedly you have a new strain. Yeah, I've heard about that as well. It's pretty brutal, dude. It's pretty brutal is all I can say. Because people are hurtful is the word we have in South Africa. They're tired, dude. They don't want to deal with the COVID anymore. South Africans are social and they're kind of fed up with it, and unfortunately well, my stream just ended out of nowhere, but it happens. I'm going to leave it with that. I do want to end the stream with a message though, so give me a second actually, I feel like that should be the message. Live a balanced life. Balance is just when you have differentiating weights of things that come to an equilibrium. So live a balanced life, the way you eat, the way you talk, the things you do, the way you work, the way you talk to the people that you love, and most importantly, be in balance with your own mind. Like, don't always be negative, but don't always be positive as well. Have balance and make sure that you're putting good thoughts in there.